Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 and welcome to this Freestyle Friday. What is going on with you? Today, I believe, is the 30th, June 30th, 2023. I just wanted to get a little timestamp, let y'all know if you are in the right space at the right time. But you do know that messages fall in alignment with wherever it is you are now. Do you understand what I mean by that? I'm sure you do. You receive these messages when it's time for you to receive these messages. Not necessarily this is the right message for Friday, June 30th, 2023. Whenever you get up on this information is when you need it. So, welcome to the moment in which you can receive whatever it is that you are ready for. Today is Friday. What is happening? That's for ding dong, damn sure. And I'd like to say hello to all the people that are rolling on in. I will by name in a quick second as I allow the notification bell to let a few of you know that I am on here. Before that, I want to remind you that I do readings, couples readings, as well as single and individual readings, as well as like parties and stuff like that. If you want to hire a sister, please email me or just go straight to my website. You cannot book a group reading though, like a party of some sort, either on Zoom or in person in the Los Angeles area. So you have to email me for that at wordlifeastrology@gmail.com. That's wordlifeastrology@gmail.com. However, if you want a couples reading or individual reading, please hit me up. Again, on my website at wordlifeastrology.com. All right. I appreciate that. Thank you for all the beautiful people rolling on in. What's up? Bijou and Audrey Mack is here. Miss Reese 63. What is happening with you? El Bell. Can't wait to squeeze you in Costa Rica, honey. And Rabbi Rob is here. Latanya is here. Zena, ZP in the place to be. What's going on? Linda is here. She says, hello, everyone. Hello. I love our little village. And how we just come together and send information and love and light to everybody is such a beautiful thing. It really, really is. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all for holding this down. If you are new to my particular channel and to our village and how we share here, welcome. I appreciate you for keeping everything right, nice, and kind in advance. If you do have any questions about anything that I speak of or the village mentions or spirit just drops in as a download, please ask. Freestyle Fridays is just for that, to be open and to be free and to pull up any subject matters that we can kind of squirrel out on, is what I call squirrel, kind of divert and get some understanding about. But I will ask you that if you do offer up a question, please put a question mark in front of the sentence as well as behind the sentence so I can see it, so my eyes can focus and I can answer your question for you, okay? As I was getting ready for y'all, I was wondering what we were going to talk about today, and Spirit reminded me. Last week, I wanted to speak of, not last week, Monday. I come on here for those that are new on Monday and Friday. On Monday is a weekly rundown. We talk about astrologically what's happening on a daily basis. And then on Friday, again, we just freestyle and come up with information. Oftentimes I do individual, I should say, sample readings for those that are on here. I will call your sun, your moon, and your rise out in a minute. Let's see if anybody wants to read. Otherwise, we'll end it with a card. But I was thinking today what to talk about. And as always, spirits hits me up and go, remember on Monday when you were supposed to talk about the retro season? And I said, oh, I totally forgot about that. And not only that, it hit me double time. Spirit did. Bow, bow. Double time. Because Nicole Butler, big ups to my friend, asked a question last week about the summertime feels. And for some reason during that time, a lot of times when Spirit does ask a question or you ask a question, I do my best to go. I should say sometimes I realize this consciously and sometimes I don't. But sometimes what I consciously do is go to Spirit and say, can you answer that? Otherwise, I'm going to go to the astrological part of it. And I just started rambling. And even though it was sound like a ramble to me to answer that question that Nicole asked, what about the summertime? What are we going to do for the summertime? What's the feel for the summertime? I went off and said what I felt about the summertime. However, some never. it actually coincides with what I'm about to tell y'all in regards to what most of the summer is going to be like. I know that was a long way and a lot of words to get to this point. But the point is, there's more reasons why I'm backing up that answer that I gave to Nicole in regards to the summertime being kicked back and chilling with family and friends and making it feel like a long ass barbecue. Why are there more reasons? Well, I expressed what I felt on that day, on Monday. Go back to the prior video and check that out. But also because we are going into retro season. Yes, as you know, Neptune went retrograde today. But did you know, and I'm going to break it down for y'all, did you know that between August 23rd and November 4th, there will be at least 6 to 7 planets at any given time between that time in retrograde? And the retro season has begun. Starting today, or I should say it already started, because there's 3 faraway planets that are already in retrograde. And today, Neptune went in retrograde, and a few more will go into retrograde, which will add up to about 7. And this includes Mercury retrograde. I'm going to run it down for y'all. But before I do, I want y'all to understand the significance of what I am putting on the table as retrograde season. First and foremost, I kind of look back to a couple of years and I realized maybe it was just the way the past few years have gone, but a lot of planets went retrograde during the summertime. Interesting. First and foremost, just really, really interesting. Secondly, as I was tapping this out, I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. Again, for the summer to feel lazy and the summer to feel dragged out and the summer to recollect and recall things and in situations that we've done, because that's what retrograde is really all about, right? But when it goes retrograde, well, when a particular planet goes retrograde, we revisit certain things and subject matters, specific subject matters in a way in which we need to, right? I say all that to say is that, again, we are about to creep up on one of the laziest, slow moving, to some quite irritating retrograde seasons ever. And again, I want to break that down as briefly as possible and do my best not to overuse words, but to let y'all know, first and foremost, before I run this down, please be easy on yourself. I can't say it enough, and I always do say it, to be honest with you, because I think it's a lot better to process information, changes in our lives, going through healing levels and plateaus and reaching different heights if we are easy on ourselves, right? Because change, when it happens, as we lose people and situations and things, it's just not easy. And if we are not easy with ourselves, going through a hard time, oftentimes we can get caught. I know that sounds really, really obvious in the way that I say it, but I have to repeat it. You are going to fuck up. You are going to slip back. Chutes and ladders kind of slip back. You're going to recognize, oh shit, I should have known that. We shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said that. If I could have, would have, and then I may have been. You're gonna feel that way. I just don't want, as I relay this information to you, prepping y'all, I don't want you to be so hard on yourselves, including myself, to the point where we feel like I shoulda, coulda, if I woulda, and then I said, and I probably would have, so far back that we get analysis paralysis, that we don't do shit, that our ego gets caught in the way, that we feel like we're not progressing because we are. That's part of growing, is to fuck up in the process of getting better. Hello? Is this thing on? Y'all are hearing me? Right? That's part of the process of getting better, is to fuck up and is to recall some things in which you could have done differently an hour ago, last year, a month ago, 5 minutes ago. You get what I'm saying? In this moment of recreating, in this moment of retrograde, we are doing our best to shine. Let me say that one more time. We're doing our best to buff the shine. We're shining. I'm sweating, but we're shining. You understand? We already know we're shining because we already know that this just doesn't feel the same. We already know that that person, that situation, it's not the same. I got to do something different. We are already alone. We've already like what do you call it, shaved off a lot of people in situations that just doesn't rock with our highest good. We are already taking an L. We are already began to live in a minimal situation as opposed to thinking that opulence is the way to go. We have already shifted and altered our ways of being, our standards, our morals, our emotional maturity. We have already done the work, and we continue to do the work. Retrograde says, you sure? Retrograde season is all about, you sure? Are you sure? So the reason why I say, and I get on this little preaching moment to remind y'all to be easy about yourself, because this is not about pointing the finger to say that you fucked up. This is about, are you sure? Are y'all ready for that? Are y'all ready for me to run down? Put yes, y'all. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Go, Sonja. Run the list, because I know there's a few people, especially Virgo types, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rise, and Mercury for that matter, that love to take notes. So I want to make sure y'all get this, and you can further Google. You can ask anybody else. You can check out other astrologers. You can, look, do your due diligence. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure that you fact check what I say and what everybody else says, and so it can permeate and resonate with you as truth. Just don't take my word for gold. All right? Y'all ready? LL Bell said, pen in hand. Let's go. Check it out. Pluto was the first to kick off the planets to go retrograde in Capricorn. It started in May 5th, though. It kicked off May 5th, and it will be retrograde in Capricorn until October 10th. I think I mentioned that. So within this retrograde season, we are being taught, we are being asked to recollect, reimagine, recreate our power and how we want to be taken seriously. Power should not be underestimated in some level, right? Let me say that once again. As Pluto was going retrograde, especially in Capricorn, it is saying, definitely in society, and we talk about that all the time, but within ourselves, which is most important because we make up society. So if we're not changing ourselves and paying attention to the retro within ourselves, then our community and our society is not going to change. You dig? That's why I always focus on us. All these planets as personal transformations, especially Pluto, meaning transformation. When Pluto is going retrograde from May 1st until October 10th, it is asking us that we reevaluate our personal power, how we want to ensue our intimidation into the world and in the best way possible, and our transformative ways into the world, our way in which we can control certain parts of ourselves to basically show the world that we are capable, show ourselves that we are capable. That's what Pluto in retrograde is doing. That's not an easy feat. Okay? Trust and believe that's not an easy feat. You know why? Because this world is being set, is always set and built, or I should say in the past couple hundred years, has been built on power, have been built on authority, superiority, as Pluto is, right? And to utilize your ego more than anything else to stay in power. With Pluto going retrograde, it's like, yo, ego is not going to last, cuz. With Pluto retrograde in Capricorn from May 1st until October 10th, you're going to have to recreate and redesign the power within you, because the power structures, i.e. ego, and all other ways in which you assumed power is not working any longer. Be easy on yourself. The second planet, Saturn, went retrograde in Pisces on June 17th to November 4th. June 17th to November 4th in Pisces. Saturn going retrograde is saying, yo, pay attention to the fact that there's these fears that are going to come up again. There's these lessons that are going to come up again. And I think y'all remember this. This is not new information, but this is a repeat information in a condensed situation that I need y'all to really, really hone in on. You dig? Saturn again is about fear and about boundaries. We are recreating our boundaries. You know, there are some people that need to be put on longer leashes than others. Everybody doesn't need to be X'd out of your life, is what Saturn says. Saturn says you have to put your boundaries on, but somebody's boundary could be right here and another person's boundary can be right there. And you can still be nice and kind and learn your lesson and see your fears as they approach you. Does this make sense? Saturn going retrograde in Pisces is to intuit your fears, intuit your boundaries, shapeshift and move and alter your boundaries in a way that work for you at any given time. That's exhausting. That's exhausting because Pisces doesn't have a hard line. You dig? Pisces says utilize those boundaries and those restrictions and those lines for whatever situation suits you best and suits that person best. This is a big part of our emotional security and maturity. You dig? Because again, Pisces is compassionate. It just doesn't want to drop everything and everybody off. It wants to say, yo, how can we get along? How can we move the line? How can we understand our fears? How can we understand our lessons? How can we fall in love with those things? How can we have some compassion for our Father? How can we integrate, you understand, as we're going retrograde, because we need to figure it out before we go forward again and go into a whole nother vibration. And that next vibration, by the way, is Aries. So once Saturn goes forward in the next year or two, it drops into Aries. It won't visit this Saturn Pisces information in this lifetime. Not for sure, not for certain, not unless you're gonna live to be 90 something years old, and that's for real. So these lessons that Saturn and Pisces is teaching us in retro is key in how to alter, shapeshift, alternate our spiritual discipline, our boundaries in a way in which we can love our fears from a spiritual perspective, from an emotionally mature perspective. Does this make sense? Is this landing anywhere? Thank you, Tamra JL. I appreciate that. Right? So we got Pluto retro already. Saturn is going retro already again from June 17th until November 4th. Neptune today went retro today from June 30th until when? December 6th. I told y'all it's coming and it's coming. I reached out to a friend of mine, asked her how she was doing. She said, you know, this week is kind of strange. And I thought about that. It is kind of strange in a way that there's probably other shit that's going on with the moon, in which we talked about. Anybody want to get some details, they can go to Monday's broadcast. However, the first thing that hit my mind is that gosh darn Neptune went retrograde. It's going retrograde. Well, this was yesterday when I texted her, or DM'd her, but we felt it getting ready to go retro Wednesday, Thursday. And Neptune going retro is weird. It's strange because Neptune is strange. Neptune is out there. Not like Uranus strange. It's coming up next. But Neptune's strange is ethereal. Neptune's cloudiness and delusions come up, and the need to escape and the need to hit those substances and situations that allow us to escape, like drugs and food and an oversexed situations. You understand what I'm saying? Neptune deals with dreams. Are you dreaming a lot? Has this week, have you been coming? Listen, y'all. I just have to say, squirrel, I had some dreams where I was telling my mentor, I was telling Mama Neat the other day, yo, I had a dream of a purple fucking, what do you call it? Boxing glove. I was like, what the heck is that? I had a dream of this beautiful cat that was in all these beautiful colors. I was like, what is that? Like every night has been some kind of dream. Again, Neptune, the planet of dreams, the planet of illusion and diffusion. Well, delusion and some type of diffusion, escapism, music and art is going retrograde. Is the artist in you coming back? Is she or he being redefined? Are you listening, to any music If you're an artist, are you seeing any paintings? If you're a visual artist, or you're an actor, whoever you are that taps into the arts in some kind of way. And art can be from goddamn gardening to making good ass spaghetti. Art can be from painting murals to goddamn, doing I don't know, sculpt figures with goddamn popsicles. The point of the matter is that whatever creativity is coming up for you, you may revisit and go, man, you know what? I used to love when I used to make sculptures. I used to love when I would, make cheesecake every Friday night. I used to love doing that. Let me try to remake some fly ass cheesecake to come. Y'all hear where I'm going? New information. Well, I should say this: your artistic abilities are being refried in a way in which you are saying to yourself, "This felt good before. How can I bring that back again to make me feel artistic and free?" To make me feel open, to make me feel like I'm escaping in a way that's assisting me for my highest good this time, as opposed to putting me in the dumps, as opposed to making me slide into depression, as opposed to making me want to hide out. Does this make sense, y'all? Neptune going retrograde from today until December 6th is like, we're not going retrograde in no depression type of feel. We're going retrograde in a way in which we can rediscover the magic, the ethereal, the conversations with spirit and your angels, the creative little gnomes and fairies that fly around you that say, get back into the game, cuz. Let me show you how to get back into the happy, to the prosperity, to the colors, to the joy, to the way you can escape in a healthy way, to utilize your dreams. I'm going off on Neptune because it's happening today, but this is a big deal. Do y'all see this? Have you been feeling this week? Is my point, is the reason why I'm really staying on this, because all of Neptune's reversal is coming up for everybody. Okay? Y'all getting this? Nice, Angelique. You've been working with pastels again. So satisfying, she says. Yo, pastels are difficult. Good for you. Oh, yes. Now, let's go into the future. Venus is about to go retrograde in Leo, by the way, from July 22nd to September 3rd. Y'all keeping note of this? You got this, Rachel L. Bell, Sparkle Lady? Venus, the fourth planet up to bat, from July 22nd to September 3rd, is going retrograde in Leo. Please make a note of this. Typically, normally, with any astrologers that you talk to or that you read online, will tell you when it comes to augmenting your body, i.e., cosmetic surgery, Botox, breasts, butt implants. And I don't think that's anybody on here, but I'm not judging you. You may be thinking about getting a little enhancement. Maybe you have breast cancer at one moment and you're like, I want to get, a little bit of injection here. Hold off for a second. Whenever Venus goes retrograde, it's never, ever typically a good idea to do anything when it comes to beauty related situations. It's never good to do anything there. So what I mean is, get your hair cut, get your hair done, dye your hair a different color before, if you can, July 22nd, okay? Get the Botox and the breast implants, whatever you need to do, however you want to rock before then or after September 3rd, especially with it being in Leo, because Leo is about luxury. Leo is about looking good. Leo is about beauty. Leo is big. So on any level, we will want to create some big changes, possibly, maybe, in our beauty field, in the way that we look, in the way that we dress. You understand what I'm saying? We will want to do that in a big way. And during that time, we're going to start to think, maybe I should do it this way now. I don't think maybe I should, or I should get my hair, or I should do it. Well, just wait a second, because it may not turn out the way you want it to turn out. During that time, possibly, maybe, again, to reiterate, July 22nd to September 3rd, you can research some hairstyles, some hair coloring, different wardrobes, how you want your seamstress to do such and such and such for your wedding or for a party or whatever that's coming up. Get all of those things out the way around about that time. Please trust me when I tell you this. Even though they say that when it comes to Mercury retrograde too, Here's my point. You can do whatever you want to do because God is in control of this all. But when it comes to Venus being in retro or Mercury being in retro and these closer personal planets, sometimes we have to kind of be a little careful. But if you have no other choice to do it, because the surgery is being done on August 1st, pray. Get God on your side, cross every T, dot every I, ask every question possible. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. Y'all with me? Y'all with me so far? Okay. Venus going retrograde also almost always affords old loves coming back into our lives. And being that it's in Leo, they're pulling in some old baby, please, please. Because Leo is all about that performance, right? So you may have motherfuckers coming back professing their love in a baby, please kind of way, on their knees, performance kind of way, showing their ass and their whole ego. It's up to you. It's totally up to you whether you want to take somebody back or not. But here's what I would say. Because Leo is so performative, because it's fire, because it's fast, because it's about the show and not necessarily about the actions, let the motherfucker prove themselves. To be truthful with you, anybody and everybody that wants to come back into your life around that time, that wants to bring quality or love or beauty situations of any sort, or wants to profess their value and or their worth to you during that retrograde time, they're gonna have to earn it. Did y'all hear me? Earn it. Okay. And then the infamous Mercury retrograde goes into play on August 23rd to September 15th. This time it will be in Virgo. Mercury in retrograde in Virgo is not easy. Because remember, Virgo energy is very detailed, it's very perfectionist, it's very critical, it's very discriminating. It aims to be perfect in every single way. It comes flanked with a lot of organization. It's led by Mercury. Virgo energy is ruled by Mercury. So it's at home dizzy, so to speak. You understand what I'm saying? Do yourself a favor and just get things ready. We may not seem as effective during that time. Again, Mercury goes retro in Virgo I'm going to repeat all of these in a minute, from August 23rd until September 15th. Again, it could be definitely really, really weird because it's in Virgo, and Virgo doesn't want to make mistakes. Virgo don't want to fuck up. Virgo doesn't want communication to get awry. Virgo will feel like, oh my God, what did I do? Listen, be easy. Again, be easy on yourself. Be easy on yourself. And remember, there's information, there's retro planets all throughout that Mercury retrograde season. That's during the time where 7 planets will be in retrograde. When Mercury goes into retrograde, August 23rd to September 15th, 7 planets will be in retrograde during that time. So that Mercury retro will feel like double time, triple time, sextuple times. Whatever the hell that is. But it's going to be a big deal. On top of confusion, on top of it being in Virgo, on top of Virgo wanting to be right all the time, nothing's going to be right, is the point. Nothing is going to be right. You got 7 planets trying to figure out where the fuck they're going. Are y'all getting what I'm saying? So be slow, be easy, be intentional, take your time, give people breaks. All right, you got that? Why don't you just hand it to me next week at a particular time? Let people off the hook a little bit. Let them drive by in traffic. You understand what I'm saying? These are very simple examples, but be easy. Then Uranus goes into retrograde August 28th until January 26, 2024 in Taurus, by the way. That's a long freaking time. Uranus going into retrograde is asking you, are you sure? They all asking you, are you sure? They all asking you on some level. Pluto's, you sure about your power? Saturn, you sure about them fears and them lessons and them boundaries? Neptune, you sure about the dreams and the artist situation coming in? Venus, you sure about that love? You sure about that surgery? You sure about, Yeah, those coins, that money that you want, your worth and your value. Mercury, you sure about what you heard? And if you didn't hear it right, say it again so I can hear it again and again and again and make sure you right. Uranus says, are you sure about the changes that we've been trying to make over the last 2 years? Are you sure you want to be this direct? Because it's in Taurus. And Uranus going retrograde in Taurus. This is the final, in a sense, in essence, and in quotes, so to speak, right? This is the final time because Taurus don't like to change. So Taurus and Taurus, as the North Node has been in Taurus, as Jupiter has been in Taurus, they're all asking you, are you sure? Because Taurus is like, once I make these changes, once I do what I need to do, I'm not going back. I'm over it. You can't beg me to come back. I don't give a fuck how much money you give me. Uranus says, once I change my standards, my morals, once I change my quality of life, once I spend this money, once I pledge to be this weirdo and I'm going off on my own trend, I'm not looking back anymore. I'm not coming back to get boo-boo the fool. I'm not asking, y'all want to come with me. Uranus going retrograde is giving you a long enough time from, again, August 28th until January 26th, 2024. Are you sure this is the person you want to be? Are y'all following me? And then lastly, Jupiter goes retrograde September 4th until December 30th, 2023, right? Jupiter in Taurus. Are you sure? Are you sure that these blessings that are raining on you are for you? Are you sure you want to utilize them in a way in which you said you was going to utilize them? Are you sure you praying the prayers and you taking the opportunities that are coming from those prayers and using it in a way in which you promised God that you was going to use it towards? Are you sure this is what you want to do? Because when I set you on this path, I give you this money, I give you these opportunities, I set you off to be as optimistic as possible. The universe, spirit, your ancestors are like, you got to make good on that. Are you sure? You sure you want all of this? Now, that's a real situation. And let me tell you why. Sorry, y'all. I'm sweating, and this ice is very refreshing in my mouth. So give me a minute. The real reason why the are you sure is necessary, because oftentimes we go in and out of these slow periods in our lives. We go in and out, especially as Neptune is bringing in and creeping in some escapism, right? We start to pray for shit out of desperation. Are you one? I mean, I'm just saying, we all do it. Fuck it, I'll take anything. Fuck it, I'll take him. Even though he's blind and he got one ball, I don't care how many languages he speaks. I'll take anybody. Are you sure in this retro space that you are not just praying to be praying because it's a prayer that you had when you was 10 years old, as opposed to a prayer that you had, like, that you have altered to have in this moment in time? Does that make sense? Or did I say that all wrong? Because it sounds confused in my brain. Meaning, are you sure your prayers are current? Are you sure you're not praying and accepting things based on who you thought you were? Are you sure? This is some real shit. You know what I mean? Are y'all with me on this? Are you happy I shared this information with y'all and Spirit pushed me to do this? This is a big deal. You can answer that question because I want to know how this hit for y'all. I can't see you. I can't talk to you. So I want to know how this hit, because this is some good info that I think y'all going to have to refer back to over the next couple of months and research it on your own further if you need to. Let me run it down. Again, Pluto is going to be retrograde from May 1st to October 10th in Capricorn. Saturn is going to be retrograde from June 17th into November 4th in Pisces. Neptune is going to be retrograde from June 30th today to December 6th in Pisces. Venus is going to be retrograde in Leo from July 22nd to September 3rd in Leo. Mercury will be retrograde in Virgo from August 23rd to September 15th. Again, in Virgo. Uranus is going to be retro in Taurus from April 28th to January 26th, 2024 in Taurus. And lastly, Jupiter will be retrograde in Taurus from September 4th to December 30th, okay, of this year. And from, remember, August 23rd to November 4th, about 7 planets will be retro, and that's including Mercury. That's a long time. I'm setting y'all up because it's gonna seem slower. It's gonna seem slower and slower and slower and slower. And I, again, like I said from the top of this, I don't want you to be hard on yourself because we're in an aggressive mode right now. People want and aggressive in a sense that we just want to we just want to get to happy. We just want to get to the soft spots. We just want to be over. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong wanting to be over and through the lessons that we've plagued ourselves with over the last year or so, or whatever the case may be. However, some never, when planets like this go retro 6 or 7 at one time in a concentrated area, they're only saying, are you sure? I want you to be sure, y'all. Does this make sense to y'all? Are you ready? Please ask any questions that you may have. I'm going to take a moment to go through some of these comments. Oh, I'm so glad, Copper Fox. I'm really, 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 really glad that this hit for you. It's right on time, Zena P. All right, Miss Lady J. Please ask me a question or two. Please ask me a question or two. I'd appreciate that so we can expound on what it is that you heard. Is there something that threw you off? Is there something that you understand? Oh, Nicole's in here. What's up, Nick? Is it something that you get again? Oh, Copper Fox, did I answer your question? I think I said Neptune will be in retro in Pisces. I hope you got that. All right. I'm just looking for questions, y'all, so I can expound on what was shared. If you'd like me to. Otherwise, we can go into the sun, the moon, and the rise readings. Angelique, the artist, that's exactly what I'm trying to do, honey bun. Prepare the patience, as she says. Thank you for preparing my patience. Thank you. Thank you. You are so welcome. That was the aim. That was absolutely the mission. I believe from Spirit and myself. Somebody asked, who's that? Linda? The dates for Jupiter retro, September 4th to December 30th of this year, 2023. And both, and it's going to stay in Taurus. Okay? September 4th to December 30th. Anybody else have any questions? Again, just be easy, y'all. And again, it's just going to seem like, and I remember this from last year, if not the year before, when there was about 7 planets. I consciously remember like, God damn, my ass is dragging. Golly. And I was kind of pissed because we had just came straight out of COVID or whatever the case. And, you know, we had those little bouts of, all right, let's get back on the horse. Let's just bring this back to normal, or at least move forward and shake this shit off. I honestly believe, you know, with spirit working and controlling this universe, we slow down for real reasons, y'all. And again, I explained specifically what each planet is, but the biggest thing is just to continue. It's so gracious how spirit just allows us to continue to grow and get better, but recognize what we're leaving, recognize how we're getting better. That's the only way you can recognize how you're getting better is by slowing down sometimes and looking back. And a lot of people don't want to do that. You know why? Because it brings up emotion. It brings up emotion. It brings up, oh, I don't want to face that thing again. I don't want to hear that person's name again. I heard somebody's name yesterday from my mother, who brought up a lot of pain for me, but not in the same way this time. And I said to myself, oh, Sonia, you are growing. You are really, really growing. And I'm grateful for that. Whereas 2 months ago, it would have sparked it would have sparked all kind of anxiety and nervousness and sweat coming through my body. I didn't feel that. And I was like, God bless him. Really, God bless him, because I can't. As a human, I can't, and part of me probably won't. No, I'm just joking. But the bottom line is, it's out of my hands. So what am I do? But again, as we reevaluate, as we sit back and recollect what we've been through, God damn it, that's a moment to feel strong. That's a moment to feel like, okay, I just grew up. Don't take this retro moment as a personal attack to slide back into something that you probably already went through already. Relax yourself. Get over yourself. Don't allow ego to get applied to that and go, I'm ready. I'm ready. You might be ready, but is the person that you're about to receive the blessing from ready? You might be ready, but are the 3 people in your house ready? The only way, and going with that example, that you can receive the blessing in which you need is if maybe you and your husband is on the same accord, or you and your children are on the same accord. And maybe your lesson for slowing down is to learn how to be a better partner with them, is to learn how to share the space with them, is to learn how to be patient for you and for them. Does that make sense? So it's not just about you. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to do this shit. You better come on. Well, hold on. You signed up to be with them. You signed up to be their friend. You signed up in order to work as a community, right? So even though you ready, it don't mean you can just jump the gun and leave everybody else, the people that love you, the ones that matter, y'all. I'm not talking about the ones that don't matter, that are actually and obviously gone already, because we've done that work. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Most of the time, in these moments in time, if you haven't done the work, you got some work to do. But most of us have sloughed off the extraneous. Can I get a yes, yes, yeah on that? Now we are learning how to deal with the people that we love on some level. And just because you may have it doesn't mean that they're not still working on it in their way. These retrograde moments, to come back to one, these retrograde moments this summer is seeing and showing that we are all sure. You sure? That we are all going to do this. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Oh, wait, maybe I could do a little bit more of this. Oh yeah, maybe I could pray on that a little bit more. But everything else, I'm ready. I'm ready. Y'all ready? It's like when you packing and everybody's in the house is packing and you know you ready. All you gotta do is put your toothbrush and everything else, sit down and chill out for a little while. You know what I mean? Make something to eat. Go take a shower. Everybody else is packing, washing clothes and shit. You can wait in the room for a little while, go to the store and come back. Y'all get my analogy and what the heck I'm saying? Okay. I feel like I'm beating up a dead horse. What does Jupiter retro in Taurus affect? How to prepare. Jupiter rules Sag, so curious what to expect for Sagittarius. Don't go too deep, Zena P. Excuse me. And we can't make this to be a personal read, even though you made a very good point that Jupiter in Sag, Jupiter is Sag's planet. However, some never, that's a deeper read and that's more personal for you because I want to know where that Jupiter is for you in regards to you being a Sag. We can't answer that question. But what we will answer is the fact and reiterate some points is that when Jupiter goes retro in Taurus, Jupiter in Taurus in this moment in time, as it's going direct, is allowing us to get all the blessings that we need to support a better quality of living. Period, point blank. If you have not recognized that, I don't know where you're living. And it can be as little as a newborn baby moving in next door and gives you cute coos and cuddles and laughter in the morning, or it could be to new opportunities or new places to live. It could be small or big. Jupiter in Taurus is offering up a better quality of life. So when it goes retrograde, it's saying, are you sure you can handle this better quality of life? Are you sure that this $100 million that just came to you, this new promotion that just came to you is yours? And can you delegate? Can you deal? When you get this $100 million, are you going to be selfish and hold on to it because you feel abandoned, because you feel like you had lack when you was younger? Or are you going to go another route and give away at least half of that money? Are you going to do something different with that abundance and the prosperity and the opportunities that come your way? Does this make sense, Zena? I'm trying to answer it on a very general level. Somebody else had a question real quick. How would you, Angelique, the artist said, how would you suggest addressing if our desires are from old patterns and how to update them? That's a very good question. Ooh, that's a really, 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 really good question. And it might seem like a simple answer, but what just hit me is, are they still working for you? The values, right? that you are re-examining while Venus is in retrograde, the question is, are they still working for you? Does it still work for you? And I know this is a very small and slim example, but does it still work for you to have the same barber or the same hairdresser? Now go where I'm going. Barber, hairdresser, beauty has to do with Venus. Leo has to do with looking good. While it's in retro, you are re-examining the fact, is this barber going to work for me? Because I moved. And it's about 20 hours. Not 20 hours. I don't know. She's about an hour away from where I live, as opposed to living right down the street. The reconsideration is it worth, right? Going to and driving to this new barber, is it worth holding on to that particular value and that person's value and that worth of looking like that? Or should I go out on a limb? And when this retrograde phase is over, in this retrograde phase, I can research new barbers or new hairdressers. And then once it's over, try something different, go in a different direction. Does that make sense, Angelique, the artist? Desires. Question yourself. Are those desires, again, to get, let me answer a two-part. Are those desires serving the old you, the ego you, or is it serving your heart? Is it serving the real wants that you want from this moment on? Angelique, the artist, does that make sense? I say, ask the question to yourself and pray on it. Oh, I hope that makes sense. I'm hearing you, Sonja, just a little lag. Okay, good. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Can I list the degrees for the planets? I don't have the degrees listed for each planet. For each planet going retrograde, Copper Fox? Oh, honey. No. I don't have that. Those are a lot of numbers. I do not have that. But understand this, those outside planets, they're not going to move too fast. So, and what I mean by outside planet, Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Jupiter, they're only going to move a couple of degrees. So wherever they are now, if you know where they are now, they're only going to move possibly maybe at maximum 6 degrees as they go backwards. At maximum. It took 2 weeks for, no, I'm not going to confuse y'all, but at maximum because they're far away. You did? Sorry, I don't have that, Copper Fox. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? Just looking. That's a very good question, Angelique. I don't see anything else. Just taking my time, trying not to have too much dead air. And again, I hope this was a lot of good information for you. Neptune is retro in Pisces, Copper Fox. I don't know if I answered that already. I've just been on a roll. Okay. Thank you, Bijou. Okay, I went back far enough. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, everyone. My little Nas part right here. Parts are weird because they look so good the first time you do it, and then for a couple of days they look like something's in your head. Oh, that's a part. Okay, thank you for saying that, Mia Plays. I appreciate that. Retrograde is always a good time for shadow work. Yes. So understand this. I know I'm gonna answer this in a Sonja kind of way. It's always a good time to do shadow work, but definitely retrograde periods are a good time to do shadow work in the sense in which old things, old thoughts, old ways will pop up again to have you reconsider. But do not get it confused with what's trending and what shadow work is supposed to look like. And this is where I get to Sonja's answer is like, it's always good, in my opinion, because I'm a crab, to go back to move forward, to go to the side, to move forward. Not everybody agrees with me, and it's okay. But that's what shadow work is about. Shadow work is about, if you want the next generation to be better in your family, you're gonna have to continuously check yourself and do shadow work. Yup. So yes to your answer, but yes to it always. And remember, shadow work is not just about seeing the things that scare you. Shadow work is about showing yourself your fears and working with them. You got to work with your shadow. People think that, oh, we're going to heal from the shadow, so it's all bright. If we don't have shade, we fucking burn. I mean, think about it. If you're in the desert, walking around in the desert for how many motherfucking days? If you don't find some shade, motherfucker, you about to burn up. Does that make sense? So shadow work, the long answer to this, is to always work with your shadows, to always find the shade, always find what makes you better, more courageous, makes you willful, makes you push through shit, makes you stronger. Makes you say, you know what, Shadow, you've been around too long. We're about to transform you. Or you know what, Shadow, you've been my best friend because you always come up when I'm afraid and I have to push past this limit to get out of my comfort zone. Come on now, fall in love with your shadows. I'm just saying. Okay. I didn't see anybody put up any information. And it's already 50 minutes. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Not unless somebody is dying for me to do a read, I'm gonna go and read the card for the week. How about that? For the weekend, I should say. By the way, I haven't decided whether I'm gonna do a Monday's report. I'm thinking about it, and y'all do know that next Friday is my birthday. I haven't decided my solar return. I haven't decided whether I'm gonna do something then as well. So I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling. I'm gonna be a Cancer next week and wake up and be like, my mood says maybe. You've been hearing the word push all month long, like push through, Miss Lady J. We have to, even through these weird little retrograde moments, because again, it's only asking us, are we sure? We're moving forward even in the are we sure? We moving forward even in the are we sure? Y'all do know that, right? We're going forward. Please, not at any moment. I want you to like, oh my God, please don't get into that space. And I'm not judging you if you do, but quickly shake out of it. Oh my God, I'm not doing anything. I haven't done anything new. It's all happening. I'm speaking to my damn self, y'all. To be honest with you, I've been saying that for the last couple of days. I'm so bored. I'm so bored of the same old shit. I need something new. That doesn't mean that it's not coming. That means that things are being put into place, possibly maybe for me to receive the new that's happening. Because what? It's not all about me. And what? I don't know what's formulating. Neither do you. So we may be a little bit bored and want some shit to shake up, but just wait. It's summertime. It's Cancer season. It's your birthday. Maybe. Possibly. It's my birthday. All right. All right. I think I'll just read our card, y'all. I don't see any sun, moon, and rises in here. In here. We are moving, sweet tea. We are moving. It's your birthday too, Angelique. Happy solar return. All these beautiful cancers. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day, sweetie pie face. Here is the card for the week. End. Fines de semana. Fin de semana. The weekend. Where is the gosh darn thing? Okay. Great, mother, father, God. Cause it's happening today. Today is not my birthday. Oh, she said. Thank you, ZP. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Change. change is going down. I mean, is it me? Or am I pushing it a little too much? Am I stretching it to say that we talked about this all day with this retro? Retro is about change. To go back is to go forward. To be dizzy, to change shit up. You see, that's a dizzying motion right there. It's a beautiful card. Does this make sense? Are y'all with me? Or is it me? I'm pushing it a little bit too much. Am I stretching it? Y'all can talk to me and tell me the truth. Change, they said, is going down. It's happening right now. Even if we think we're going back, we still moving forward. It's my point. That is change. The symbol in this card is an enormous wheel representing time, fate, karma. Galaxies spin around this constantly moving circle, and the 12 signs of the zodiac appear on its circumference. Just inside the circumference are the 8 trigrams of the I Ching, and even closer to the center are the 4 directions, each illuminated by the energy of lightning. The spinning triangle is at this moment pointed upward, like my tat. Toward the divine, and the Chinese symbol of the yin and yang, male and female, creative and receptive, lies at the center. It has often been said, y'all, that the only unchanging thing in the world is change itself. Life is continuously changing, evolving, dying, and being reborn. All opposites play a part in this vast circular pattern. If you cling to the edge of the wheel, you can get dizzy. So move towards the center of the cyclone and relax, knowing that this too will pass. Ashe, amen, ashe. That's what this Freestyle Fridays was all about. With this retro season coming on in, shaking shit up, changing shit up, having us reevaluated, Spirit said, go to the center, go to the eye, go to the calm. Watch everything shift and move around you. Be sure, because when it shifts and it changes for good, it's done, right? It's done. The change has happened, and now we're on to the next. It's a beautiful thing. Don't y'all think? 444, come on, Spirit. Give it to us, y'all. Give it to us, yeah. All right. That's all I have for y'all today. Thank y'all for sticking around. Thank you for this beautiful day. Please, 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 please. Oh, thank you, Bijou. She said, don't forget to like and donate. I appreciate you. Yes, please put those thumbs up if you want to donate to the channel. And if any of this information resonated with you today, please, please, please hit up my Cash App, as Bijou suggested, and my Venmo and or my PayPal. I'd appreciate that. It's all in the description box below. You want to get that reading, hit me up on the site. If not, have an awesome and enjoyable, a relaxing July 4th weekend, whatever you may do. If you don't do anything and just sleep, enjoy that as well. Neptune is backwards, is wigging out. So chill out. And let them say what they want to say to you. Neptune, that happens too when Neptune goes retro. We hear a lot of voices. Don't let them freak you out. Just stick and move, all right? Follow what your ancestors are talking about. All right, that's enough. I got to go. Bye-bye. You're welcome, honey. Again, I appreciate y'all being here. Take care of yourself.